Shanti here, and welcome to another Friday video. This week's video is gonna be a start of a new series that I'm doing. It's just gonna be a 2 video series on my channel, and it's just about camp experiences because in T-minus 2 weeks I am off to Camp Geneva, which is a youth and family camp for my church. And I am so excited to go. I've had so many amazing memories happening there, but I've also had some pretty weird stories from there. So I'm going to be telling you some stories from camp, some weird and creepy, into the video, and let's go. So let's start out with the first creepy experience that happened in my camp 2 years ago. We were in a cabin, obviously. We were with all my friends, and we were asleep. And this story wasn't experienced directly by me, it was by one of our camp leaders. And she just told the cabin in the morning, and it really freaked us out. Basically, it was at night, and she was sleeping, and she woke up to someone like clapping or something, and she was just like, whoever that is, like, just stop clapping. And then they did it again, and like another time, I think. So she just prayed and she went back to sleep because she was really scared and annoyed. No one was owning up to it. And then the next day, she comes up to all of us and she's like, "Alright, so who was clapping yesterday?" And we're just like, "Clapping? Like, what are you talking about? Like, girl, no one was clapping yesterday. We were all dead asleep. Like, what?" She goes, "Someone was clapping," and everyone just like looked around, and we're just like, there has to be like, someone had to do it. And the girl's like, "Dude, I'm not even mad anymore. Like, just own up to it, or else like they're gonna freak all the other girls out." And basically, no one owned up to it. I don't know if it was a prank, but all the girls seemed like pretty freaking scared for like the random creepy clapping conjuring type of crap. Like, no, not a Jesus camp. Not a Jesus camp. Anyway, the next story, my best friend, Gami, swears it didn't happen. She swears it didn't happen. But honey, it happened, okay? And I'm gonna tell it because it was the scariest thing that happened to me at that camp. And just, no. No. Okay. So basically, I could not sleep one night, and everyone was tired, and I was just being like a hyper little hoe. So I'm like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna talk to someone because people from the other cabins were still awake. So I went to talk to some of the older people, one of the pastor's wives, and some of the kids that are in college were in like the main cabin. So I just went and we talked and we prayed and I cried and whatever. And so I was on my way back. Like, walking back in like pitch black campgrounds is like creepy enough as it is, but when I got to my cabin, um Gummy and I shared bunk beds. Like, she was on the bottom bunk, I was on the top bunk, and basically we had picked the bunks right next to where the lights were, and my campmates were nice enough to sleep with the lights on because if you came into that cabin at night, you can't see anything. I wouldn't have been able to see the stairs. I wouldn't have been able to see like anything. And they take away our phones, so I don't have a flashlight or anything to like guide my way up. So Gummy and I picked the bunk beds right next to where the light switch was. And she knew where the light switch was because she had used it before, but I never used it because it was like in some like behind her pillow or something. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna tell Gami like I felt bad for waking her, but like I had to because we had to turn off the lights, obviously. So I go and I'm like, "Hey, Gummy," and I'm like start shaking her like softly, and I'm like, "Hey, Gummy, where's the light switch?" And she opens her eyes. I promise you, she opens her eyes and she looks at me and she goes, "Shut up, leave me alone." And I was just like, "What?" And so I calmly ask her again, "Gummy, can you please move? No, Gummy, where is the light switch? I need to turn off the lights." And once again, she goes, "Shut up and leave me alone." And I'm just like, girl, girl, I need to know where this light switch is. It is like midnight. My butt is tired. I want to sleep because this camp exhausts me. So please, can I know where the light switch is? Please. And at this point, Gummy gets up from the bed and she looks at me and she goes, "Shut up and leave me alone." And I'm just like, "Fine, bitch. Fine. Okay." She lays her little head back down again and I'm just like, "Okay. Okay." I just ever so nicely move whatever pillow was in my way. I find the light switch. I find the light switch on my own, and I turn off the lights and I go to sleep. And the next morning, I'm like, "Yo, girl, why were you like this?" And I like explained to her what happened, and she had zero recollection of what had happened. And at this point, I'm just like, Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Just take it. Just take it. It's yours. Like, and she swears, to this day, 2 years later, she swears that it never happened. And I swear to you that it happened. It happened and it was freaking terrifying. Okay, that's it. That's enough. So yeah, that is the end of this week's video. If you have any creepy camp stories or crazy camp stories that you would like to share, just ever so kindly leave it down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'm going to be continuing my camp series. I will be continuing my little camp 2 video series next week with my counselor job from hell, the worst counselor job that I've ever done, and I will tell you why next week. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you next week. Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. I post new videos every Friday. And yes, I love you very, very much. I hope you have an amazing day and an awesome rest of the week. And